Hello. Just gonna give everyone a minute or two to join. Welcome, welcome. Hi. I'm very excited to go travel back to Portugal today. I feel like I'm getting all the signs that I need to be going to Portugal. This is the third? Yeah, third person we've spoken to that has lived in Portugal. So I'm very excited. Let me just share this live. For those of you that are here, let me know. Um, if you're in your expat journey, where do you live? If you're thinking about moving and you're in the discovery, where do you want to move to? Just trying to share this and then we'll bring Vivian on. I feel like things change. Okay. Excellent. All right. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Sanai Williams. I run your expat life, and it's something I started last year. I've been an expat since 2015. I like to say that I left the USA for love and I stayed for a lifestyle. My husband is British and he refused to live in America. So, I came across the pond and I lived in England for probably a year. And then we moved to Copenhagen. We were there for 3.5 years. We moved back to the UK for 3.5 years. And now we're in the Middle East. We live in Doha, Qatar. And we've been here for about a year and it's been amazing. Talk about lifestyle. It's been really good. We've taken the year to adjust. And yeah, we're just loving life right now. So, yes, I'll bring Vivian on and then let us know where you're tuning in from as well. And Vivian, like I said, you might have to come off and come back on. We'll see. I've just sent you the notification. We've had some fun having people join it. Oh, I can't share this. Let's see. There we go.
Did it work? Oh my gosh, it worked.
It's like
Hey.
you gotta love technology when it works because sometimes it's
Oh my
questionable.
gosh. I'm like Gen X, so I did not grow up with any of this. And so anytime something works out, I'm like, victory.
Success, yes, excellent. I'm so excited to be talking to you today.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, excellent. So I want to dive right in and like really dig into your journey because I know you've been in many different places. You settled in Portugal, but you traveled many ways to get there.
Yes, yes. And I've had some starts and false starts and then sort of all over the place. So yeah, I started this my first attempt at living in another country was back in 2007, and I tried to move to Italy. Oh, it's telling me my internet connection is unstable. Do you
Yeah,
feel
I
that
got
that
that
is
as
true?
well, but I can see you
Oh,
fine and hear you fine.
okay. Okay. So yeah, I tried to move to Italy in 2007. And I couldn't get a visa because I couldn't get a job, couldn't get a job because I couldn't get a visa. So 90 days, that was the end of the dream. Yeah, I could do my 90 days and then they were like,
Yeah,
see ya.
yeah, because
The
basically you
Italians
don't
didn't.
have that paper, then you got to go.
Yeah, gotta go, gotta go.
What part of
And
Italy
then
did you go to?
I moved to Venice.
Okay. Oh, lovely. Hmm.
Yeah, because I thought it was small enough that I wouldn't get lost in all of
Mm,
the like madness.
yeah.
And like this was back in the day before like we didn't really have the internet. We sort of
Mhm.
did, but like
Yeah.
not really. And so I thought, okay, let me go somewhere a little bit smaller that seems a little
Exactly.
bit more manageable. So yeah, that's I went to Venice. Um, and then I was back in New York for years and years and years, right? Life goes on, you go do your thing.
Yeah.
And then in 2016, I was like, this seems like a good time. Just where I was, I I was at the end of one job, get like I really was like, where I'm not staying in this job.
Yeah.
And I was I don't know how old I was in my late 40s, and so I started to think if I don't do this now, I'm going to have
Yeah.
to wait until I'm retired, and I just didn't want to be retired and doing it. And there was no reason, nothing keeping me in the States.
Mm,
And so I thought, well, let's do it. If it doesn't work out, you can always come back.
yeah. Yeah.
And like
Exactly.
a year old now, so it'll be hard to find a job, but nothing is impossible.
Mm,
So in 2016, I did it again. I made a
yeah.
break for it. I ended up in Southeast Asia, was where I was starting and kind of where I thought I would be. Um, but now I'm in Portugal. I've been here for 5 years now. I'm praying that I get my birth certificate from Massachusetts in the next week, so
Oh,
that I could apply for nationality before they change the law. I'm like watching
yeah.
this like so closely because I'm like I want to get in under the wire. So yeah,
Yeah. Because things are changing on that side in terms of being able to get citizenship or residency.
yes, things are changing. Maybe, maybe not. Like, who
Yeah.
knows? It's the uncertainty of living in another country, which it's the uncertainty of living anywhere, right?
Yeah,
You don't know.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That's the case anywhere you go because I mean, Spain changed their things. Even for me in the UK, like before, I could apply for citizenship after we were married for 3 years, and when we were married for 3 years, they changed it to 5.
Oh, this is what I'm afraid of. Like, they're right now, it's 5 years in Portugal, and they're thinking of changing it to 10. So I know.
That's
And
long.
it will
Yeah.
be, if I miss it, I will have missed the window by like this much. And so I think, you know what? Had really good luck so far with all of this stuff working out. I feel like I'm just going to let the universe keep doing whatever it's doing, and it'll be
Yeah.
fine. It'll be fine.
So are you there now on a residence visa? What status are you in the country now?
Yeah, so I'm on my second temporary residency permit.
Yeah.
That expires in December, and so I'll need to renew, which is a
Yeah.
whole other thing. It's, you don't know if they're going to renew you. You don't know
Exactly.
anything, which is why I really like to get the nationality,
Yeah.
because then I don't have to worry about that anymore. It takes some of that uncertainty away of like, what do
Exactly.
you do if they don't renew, right? Where do you go? I'm coming to
What
your house,
happens
and
next? Yeah.
and
Yes, like, well, what happens next?
you're
Yeah.
like, well, wait a minute.
It's like I'm in the same boat because well, in the UK. So my children have British citizenship. My husband is British, so they have the passports through him. Um, but for me, I haven't gotten my British citizenship. We've been married for 9 years, but we haven't lived in the country for 5 years at the same time because we've always left. And so now
Oh
on
my
my
gosh.
it's terrible because I have my current visa, so I still have my residency visa for the UK,
Right.
and I have to be in the country throughout the year 181 days. And then because this would be the end of the 5 years. So then I can apply for citizenship. So it's like I'm counting my days, like we're going back for Christmas so I can make the numbers It's just
I
such a
know
headache.
it's like stressful. It's a little bit stressful. Like I feel like with the renewal stuff, I can go for well, like the second renewal. The first renewal is after 2 years, and then all of the subsequent ones are after three, I think.
Yeah.
So you sort of rest for a while,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're
Enjoy
like, oh
life.
crap,
Yeah,
what's going to happen now? Like, what's going to happen?
exactly. So what's one of the biggest cultural shocks that you've experienced in Portugal?
Ooh, cultural shocks in Portugal. Um, I was just talking with somebody about this a little bit today, this morning. Portugal feels very like not. I can't think of like that. So for me, the big cultural shock, I guess, is like it's probably not going to be a cultural shock for a lot of people, but for me, I'm not like a night owl. I
Yeah.
am
Yeah.
like someone who eats dinner at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and then goes to bed at like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
But here, like it's not a party late night kind of thing. Like I get the impression that Spain sort of is,
Yeah.
but like dinner, you between 3 o'clock in the afternoon and 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, there aren't any restaurants open, and you cannot get food.
Oh wow.
So dinner is at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night until whenever. And that is just, that
That's
is,
late.
has been very hard for me to get used to is that things start. And if you want to go to like a show at, we have a arts center here where they bring in like the Russian ballet to do Swan Lake,
Oh
right?
wow.
But so they have these like really cool events, but they all start at like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I don't know if I can drag myself out of the house at 10 o'clock at night to go see something. So
Yeah.
I suppose that is the biggest cultural shock for me is this that the timing of everything. It's like being back in college, right? When
Yeah.
all of your friends were like, oh, we're going out at midnight. And I'm like, we are?
Yeah. It's like,
I
oh,
don't
I'm
think I
gonna
can
home be
do
sleeping by
that.
then. Yeah.
I know. So it's a little bit like that, being back in college where everything starts so late.
Yeah. It's similar here as well. Like I feel
Really?
sometimes you'll go out and it'll be late and there'll be kids out. And I'm like, oh, well, it's 1 o'clock. My
Yes.
kids are in bed. Like 7 o'clock, they go to bed, especially on a school night. Like they have to wake up so early for school because school starts earlier here because the heat, it ends earlier. But kids are
What
up out late at night having dinner late. And I'm
are
just
they
like, I don't know
doing that?
how. Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
know
either.
how. Yeah, that was a
Wow.
culture shock,
Yeah.
big culture shock for me.
Yeah. Same here. You do see a lot of kids out at the festivals and things like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, isn't it time
It's
for
like bedtime. Yeah. Wow. So how was it finding community in Portugal? Like, one of the biggest things I hear expats are afraid of or worry about is being able to fit in or find community, make friends, things like that when they go abroad or move to a different country. For me, it wasn't I'm not I'm an introvert. So I'm not the one that's gonna put myself out there and be like, "Hey, let's be friends." Like, it takes me a
Yeah.
little bit to warm up to you. And then because I have kids, it was always easier to make friends with, moms at school or get involved with PTA and do stuff like that. What was it like for you?
So I am single, no kids, still working. So I'm not retired.
Yeah.
And it in Portugal, it has been it's been hard to I think find my people.
Yeah.
Um, Also, I don't live in Lisbon or Porto. I
Yeah.
live in like a smaller town. I'm about halfway between Lisbon and Porto on the coast. It's not like a village. I mean,
Yeah.
60,000 people live in this town. So it's, a
Oh,
small city, but most of the people my age who live here work, the Portuguese people. They don't work here. There are no jobs in my
okay.
town.
So they're
Um,
going to Lisbon or going
so
to a
they're
bigger city
going
for work.
out.
Hmm.
So they are like not around, but it's fine. I'm not around either because I'm
Yeah,
working. But the
yeah.
people, like the expats that are here, the other English speakers, are predominantly retired.
Okay.
And so, uh, like, they're great. I have great friends among the retired community. Um, but a lot of the stuff they want to do is during the day when I'm
Mm.
working.
When you're working, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and especially I work with clients in the US. And so with the time difference, sometimes my day extends, into the
Yeah.
evening. Uh, so it has been hard. The one thing that I did that I can't remember how I stumbled into this, um, during COVID, right after COVID, maybe like we were in between lockdowns, and I met someone, and I don't even know how I met this person, but they are on like the administrative board of a charity, I guess.
Mm.
Um, uh, and they needed volunteers, or maybe I just said, "Hey, can I volunteer?" I don't know. I can't remember how it all worked out. COVID was very confusing. Um, but I like that has been my entry into actually finding people, Portuguese people,
Oh,
my
wow.
age, that I can befriend. Like,
Mm.
uh, that is the greatest thing I ever did was start doing that.
Yeah.
Because like honestly, it's opened doors for me that I never would have thought. It has helped me practice my Portuguese.
That
Um,
was gonna be one
and
of my
it gives me
questions.
like friends. Like I feel like I have
Yeah.
friends. It's been like I think in Lisbon and Porto, it would be easier,
Okay.
um, because they're bigger cities and you have more diversity, more options, more things
Yeah.
to do, where you could go out and meet people. There's not a lot in my little town where you can
Okay.
actually go out and meet people here.
And then I guess for your work, are you working from home? Because similar to me, it sounds
Yeah,
like you
working
have
from home.
your clients abroad. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I know for me, because it's the same. All my clients are in America right now. Like I just came back. I landed last night from Arizona,
I
and
saw you
it's
were
like,
speaking at something.
yeah, yeah. As I'm getting back into it, it was so much. I didn't realize how much I missed it until then. But a lot of the work that I do with my clients is in the evening, especially like calls. So like
Yes, yes.
I've tried to make it so it's like Tuesday and Wednesday evenings. I'll have those calls. So that because I couldn't imagine every day of the week, right? Especially because then I feel like I'm missing out on life here and then my kids and
Yeah,
all these things. So yeah, that
yeah.
coming up with that structure had to like I had to do it so that I can enjoy something locally.
Yeah, you
Um,
have to enjoy. Like that is the weird thing. Like when you're working, your life sort of is like, well, I get up and I go to work and then I come
yeah,
home and I have dinner and then like it's kind of the same, like on its surface it doesn't look any different than your life
yeah,
anywhere else, right? Uh
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I ran into the same thing. I guess yours is your community wants to do a lot of things during the day. Whereas I
Yes.
had the same thing with like a lot of the moms that, because here, what I've found is a lot of people, so you really can't get into Doha or live here or have a visa unless you have a job. So everyone
Okay.
that's here, like their partners have jobs, but a lot of the moms aren't working. So they live on like
Oh,
one salary. And because of the benefits of a lot of the jobs here, like they pay for school, they give you money towards rent, transportation, like they give you a lot. So you could do that, you can make it work. But a lot of them want to go out and do things during the day, and I'm like, oh well, I'm working.
yeah.
Like that's not
Right.
going to
When
make
their
it
kids
work
are
for
at
me.
school, right? They want to go have fun. They are the ladies
Yeah,
who lunch.
exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Like
I aspire to that.
exactly, yeah,
I could be that.
exactly. I'm like, I
I
would
would
love
kill that.
to, would love to, and then I remember there was one Tuesday where, because they do like ladies' days at like the different beach clubs and stuff on Tuesdays, and I was like, oh, I really want to go. And Dwayne's like, you should just go and just shift your schedule around. And I did it, and I felt so guilty because I'm like, I should be working right now.
I know. There is that, right? There's this weird, and so when I was in the US, I was an attorney, right? So I worked for a firm. I didn't like, and now I work for myself. And it's that weird, like,
Yeah.
okay, I get to decide what to
Yeah.
do, but I have this business to
I
run.
still have to do exactly. And getting people to
Yeah.
understand it's
Like,
like,
no one's just giving me a paycheck.
it's a real thing. Yeah. Yeah. No, no, I'm
Yeah.
working from home, but I'm really working.
Yeah. But it is like, how do you, and especially with kids, I don't know, how do you find that balance? Like, at least for me, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's easier with kids because they demand you to stop working. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
What do you do?
yes and no. So for example, my daughter had a competition and I had to try and get like my stuff done during the morning and then go to her competition and then like come home, get everything together, but then got them together and now I'm sitting down trying to get some stuff done. So it's like it's still a balance, but yeah, it makes me get things done within a certain period of time because I still have to get up with them early in the morning to start my day. Like that stuff doesn't change because they're still going to get up super early, even on the weekends.
Course. Oh
So
gosh.
yeah, it's just, yeah, it's just a balance. And I feel like I had to not feel guilty about it because I did start the business so that I can be with them, but also have
Right.
the flexibility. And like one of the things that a big shift for me, and this was a cultural thing here as well, the days are Sunday to Thursday. Like that's when the kids are in school, that's when the work day is. So the weekend is Friday and Saturday.
Oh,
So that was a big shift for me, shift in business. Like the rest
yeah.
of my team that's in the UK and the US, they work Monday through Friday, but I'm off on
Right.
Friday and Saturday. So it's like, but yeah, it just all took some adjusting.
It's a lot of juggling and like remembering. Do you have a hard time remembering what day it is sometimes?
I still do. I still
Yeah, me
do.
too. Yeah, me too. And
It's
I
so
never
hard.
had that problem in the States. I
No,
never had that problem.
I didn't. The weekend was the weekend. Like you knew Fridays, then you had
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, get ready for the week. Yeah. And I still struggle with it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you learning Portuguese?
I am. I like this is just a weird thing, and it's not a weird thing. It's a thing that I have about language. Um, it's the reason why I'm not in Vietnam right now because
Uh-huh.
I loved living in Vietnam. Loved it. Loved everything about
Mm.
it. Um, but I was never, ever, 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 ever gonna learn how to speak the language. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't even order coffee
Yeah.
without people going, huh? And I was like,
Yeah.
coffee shop, what do you think I'm ordering? Cafe Suada, right? Like, how am I saying
Yeah.
that improperly? But I
Mm.
am, right? Because it's tonal and I can't hear
Uh,
it and I don't know, like, whatever. I was only ever able to say one thing, Chuk Mung Namoy. I can say it perfectly, apparently because it doesn't require modulation or my voice just
oh.
naturally modulates in the right way. Because whenever I say it, people are like, because it's perfect. So
Oh.
that's the only thing I can say. And it's not helpful because all it means is Happy New Year. And so I can only say it like twice a year and it gets me nowhere.
Yeah.
But so when I was like, I can't live in a place where I can't speak the language. And so I needed to find another place to go.
Okay.
And Europe was the obvious place
Yeah.
because the languages in Europe, there's a lot of countries in Europe that have languages that I felt like I could learn. And Portuguese was one of them. So I've been so when I got here it was during COVID. Oh, I had started learning the language before online. So I signed up for like an online academy course kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then after COVID, after all of the in and out of COVID, the government in Portugal actually offers immigrants a free language course, A1 and A2, It is so basic. It's
Mm.
probably not even technically A1 and A2. I mean, it is A1 and A2, but it's sort of like how to order. Like when you finish the course, you know how to like order food in a restaurant. You know how to go to the doctor. You know how to like, maybe that's all you know how to do. I don't know. It's way more basic than what I did online.
Yeah.
But it was free. It's a free course that they offer to immigrants. And so I did that. And then I've been continuing doing the course online. And honestly, the best thing for me was doing the volunteer work on Friday nights. And
Okay.
because, like, it's real life, real time.
Conversation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And do
yeah.
you feel
I'm
like
a bit of a stickler on the
you
language.
have to learn the language, or it's more of a you want to do it to be respectful kind of thing?
Um, I don't necessarily it I think it is respectful to learn the language, but that's
Yeah.
not why I want to learn it. I want to learn it because I moved to another country so that I could live in another country and
Mm.
see what my life would be like in that other country. And it's one thing to know enough of the language to get by,
Yeah.
and it's another thing to know enough of the language to feel like you belong. And if I'm going to live somewhere, I need to be able to communicate with people in a way that, like, we can communicate as real
Yeah.
people on a deeper level than I would like to order a coffee, please.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I, and I'm not there yet. I'm still very much like, we can have a conversation, but it's like you're talking to a child because that's like the level of my vocabulary and my ability to communicate. So
Yeah.
it's frustrating because I'm not where I need to be in order to
Mhm.
really feel like this is home in many ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's a process. But that
It
it's
is.
important to me, like to be
Yeah.
able to fit in and to really have the kind of relationships that you have when you belong somewhere.
Exactly. Exactly.
What
Um,
language are you speaking there in Doha?
Everyone speaks English. The
Okay.
native language is Arabic.
Okay.
So, yeah, so, the girls they're taking Arabic in school. I'm learning it on Duolingo, but I think I'm going to sign up for one of the classes as well. Um,
It's one of those that's like so hard
Very hard, and they read
because it's a
totally opposite than how we
yeah,
were taught. It's yeah, but
and it's not A B C D E F G, right?
no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's very
Yeah.
different. But I feel like it's so when we were in Denmark, the girls went to a Danish school, and I learned the basic conversational things, but then I didn't really push myself any further because I feel like you're not going to speak Danish anywhere outside of Denmark. Anywhere outside of Denmark.
This is true.
So I was just like, I'm cracking my brain to really get this down. And then at that point in time, we were decided to leave as well. Whereas I feel
How long were you
Arabic,
going to be there?
well, we were there for 3.5 years. My
Okay.
daughter started struggling speaking Danish, English, like she had delayed speech. And we thought it was something a little bit deeper than that. Like, so we ended up getting her tested for like autism and ADHD, all the things. But they all came back negative and they told us that really it'd be best for her to be in a one language environment. And so we did that and like total switch. Like she just is nonstop talking
She's
now.
just like, I don't know what any of these words are, where they go.
She's well,
She was just
is it
confused.
yeah,
I
it was
feel
my
it.
older
I
child.
understand.
Yeah. My second one, she came along and she was just speaking Danish, English, she was doing it all. So then I was like, something is wrong here.
Oh,
This is
your
not
first one, she was the older child and she had that like perfectionism thing that we have, right? Are you the older one? Are you like, yeah,
That's yeah, that's had to be what it is. Because as soon as we moved to the UK, she was around cousins and everyone speaking English all the time. Yeah, she's nonstop now.
yeah. Language is hard. It really,
It
really is
is.
hard. But
Yeah.
it's like necessary. It
Very
really
so.
is like crucial because if you can't communicate, I didn't. So that's one thing I guess that I've learned about myself in this, being abroad. Because I, like you, I'm an introvert, and I would just as soon not talk to anybody ever about anything, right? I would Howard Hughes myself with my fingernails and toenails like curling up. But you can't do that.
Yeah.
And what I realize when I'm abroad is how much I actually crave
Mm,
communication or crave interaction with people.
yeah.
Um,
Especially
Way
working from
more than I
home.
ever did. Way more than
Yeah.
I ever thought I did. I took it for granted maybe in the States because communication is so easy.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess when your language is taken away from you, you sort of
Mm,
are like, God, I just want to speak to somebody. I just want to talk to somebody. Even me, who's like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I was like,
yeah.
no, I do.
Yeah. And I think especially because working from home as well, I feel like that makes it
Gosh.
as well, like craving community, just craving different conversation. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
completely relate to that. Because when you're talking with your
Yeah.
clients, it's like you're focused on work, you're focused on this thing, but then just having casual conversation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're like, I just want to go see somebody in real life and have a cocktail
Yeah,
and talk
exactly.
about I don't know what's happening on Mad Men season 4,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
whatever. Like we don't I don't yeah, that
yeah.
is missing from my life.
Yeah, not even like the serious conversation. Yeah, no, I can completely relate to that. I mean, I think it was during COVID. We were in Copenhagen, and I remember being in the house with the kids all the time, and I'm like, I just need adult conversation. And I,
Yes.
one of my friends in America, we would have like Zoom and wine. It's like let's just
Yes.
talk.
Well,
Yeah, it's like I just needed another person to talk to.
yeah. Yeah. My dream is to be at the point where I can do that in Portuguese.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be
where I can
amazing.
because right now I feel like when I'm out with my Portuguese friends, I'm kind of just sitting there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Trying to keep up with what is going on. And I feel bad for them because they don't want to have a conversation with a 5-year old, which is basically what I am. And so I'm like, don't worry about me. You just do your thing and I'll sit here. But I cannot wait for the day when I'm like,
It's gonna happen. I can feel it. It's
it's going to
definitely
happen.
gonna happen. Yes. So, what does it look like compared to? So, you were in New York.
Yeah.
Compare the finances in terms of like housing. Like, is it more expensive in Portugal? Is it less? Like, what does that look like?
I mean, nothing is more expensive than New York City housing,
And that
right?
sounds like you're living
Um,
in New York, so
yeah, I feel like this is an unfair comparison. um, because here's the other thing New York is expensive to live in,
yeah,
but the salaries for most people, not
yeah,
everyone, right? The
yeah,
salaries
yeah.
are sort of commensurate because you have to live there.
You have to live in the city. Yeah,
So your employers have to pay you what it costs to live there. Um, and the same thing here. It's so much cheaper here because, most working people in Portugal are making like €1,000 a month, right?
yeah,
1,200 euro a month, and so they can't pay $2,500 in rent because they're
exactly.
not making.
Yeah.
So things are cheaper here. I will say, in the 5 years that I've been here, though, um, housing prices have gone through the roof, like
Mm,
through the roof. And even in my little town, so when I got here, I rented an apartment and it was at the top of my price range, but I loved it when I saw it. I was like, okay, I will do it. And at that time, it was €400 a month for a two
oh wow.
bedroom. Um, And it's
Wow.
so cute. I like, thank God I rented this one instead of some of the other like dirt holes I saw with grandma's furniture in the basement. I was like, thank God this is the apartment because I was trapped here during COVID,
Oh,
right? And it would have
COVID.
been awful
Yeah.
if it was not a great apartment. But now, so the rent has gone up. There's a statutory cap to a certain percentage. They can raise it every
Okay.
month or every month, every year.
Yeah.
And so mine is now at 440 euro a month. But my landlord reminds me of this, and it's true because I see around town the advertisements in the real estate offices.
Yeah.
He could get easily 12. I shouldn't say this out loud because if he's watching this, he's gonna like go, yeah, you're out on
Oh,
your knee. He could get like 1,200 a month for this.
oh, wow. And that's just
People
because
would pay
it's
him
gone
that
up
much money
that
for
high.
this.
Wow.
So, and I'm not in Lisbon or Porto, right? I'm in a
Yeah.
little town by the sea.
Wow.
It's remarkable to me what has gone on with the housing prices. And it used to be that you could get a ruin, like you could buy a ruin,
Yeah.
um, which basically means it's a house, but it doesn't have like electricity or water or whatever. It's just been abandoned, right?
Okay.
You could get a ruin for like 20 grand. Now, those ruins, those same things are going for like 100, 150.
Wow.
It's out of control. And I don't know how to stop it because, like, if people are at the market, right? If
If they're
somebody's
willing
willing
to
to pay
pay for
that
it.
much
Yeah.
money, how can I say to somebody, don't sell it for that? Like,
Yeah.
you've got to, yeah, it's like, wow. It's unbelievable to me.
Wow.
It's really, really unbelievable.
Wow. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And so that's only five, that's over 5 years.
25 years. Yeah. Now, I will say, on the flip side, I can buy a homemade loaf of bread for like 69 cents. So,
Yeah, so groceries are and then okay, so groceries are more affordable. I've also heard about Portugal, and it's more meat heavy,
it's
w-
very fish heavy,
fish heavy. Okay.
very, very fish heavy. Yeah. And I'm not a big seafood. Well, and also I will say fish heavy because I'm on the coast. Like, I think if you're
Okay,
farther
yeah. So
inland, it gets to
yeah.
be very pork. Like 30, 45 minutes inland from where I am, they're sort of known for the baby pig, where they just like serve the baby pig.
Okay.
Very, they're very popular. Um, but yeah, a lot like Portugal is very, very much a seafaring, a seafood eating world. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I'm not a big seafood fan. I grew up in Indiana, right? We don't have water in Indiana. We
It's
had a
very different.
pond at my grandparents' house. There were like two-headed catfish in there because it was like so polluted from whatever. I'm not a seafood. I don't eat seafood. I don't need anything that comes out of
Comes out of it. That's funny. So in terms of shopping, like I know when I was in Copenhagen, like I used to have to go to 2 or 3 grocery stores in order to get like the full food shop done for the week because all the stores were so
water.
tiny.
I don't have that. We in the little town that I'm in,
Yeah.
we have like three really good sized supermarkets. Um, and they all sort of have different things, but they all sort of have the same thing.
Okay.
And they're all about the same price. It's all, I mean, it's not a supermarket like a Walmart or something that you would see in the
Mm.
States. It's not like one
Hmm.
of those big things, but I mean, it's not a mini mercado, right? Like when I lived in
Yeah.
Vietnam, they were like, let's go to the supermarket. And I'm like, cool, let's
Yeah.
do it. And then it's like somebody's garage
It's like a
with,
small.
four little
Yeah.
shelves of something. And I'm like, this is the supermarket?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, no, it's like, I mean, they're not even the size of a Target, probably. Although I don't even know what size a Target is anymore in the US. They could be like
It's huge.
warehouses by
It's
now.
like
I
a
don't
big
know.
warehouse. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's not that big. but it's big enough. Like they have all the areas. So we're lucky in
Yeah,
my little town.
that's
I
good.
don't have to do the bodega or anything like that. It's a big supermarket.
Excellent. All right. So
Yeah.
for those of you that are just joining us, we're on with Vivian from the Expat Diaries. She's in Portugal. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat and also let us know where you're joining from. And if you live abroad, where do you live? If you're thinking about living abroad, where would you like to go to? I'm curious to know. So you can drop all those in the chat. And I guess in terms of your business, so all your clients are in the States, or are you looking to get local clients? Like how does that work for you?
So the local interest that I've had has mostly been with the expat community. So I own a boutique home organizing business, and so I work primarily with people who are in transition, right? Who are moving house, who are like moving in or out of a relationship, moving to a different role or career or something like that.
Okay.
And they are at the point where their homes are just like the
Need
ghosts
some
of all their past
organization.
lives are living there. And
Yeah.
it's time to like go in and you got to reset everything, right? So like it's we're not talking about tidying the pantry or color coding the closet. It's like a full on my house needs
Oh wow.
resetting. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you need to reset everything, I'm the one you call. And so I do it virtually over the internet, but then I also travel. So I'm
Nice.
back to the US quite a bit. I work worldwide. So, I, if, people are anywhere in the world and they need some help, I can, come to you or we can do it virtually or whatever. But yeah, so
Nice.
most of my clients in Portugal are of the expat community variety because they're a little more aware
Yeah.
or in need of
Yeah.
the decluttering and the
Yeah.
setting up of the home in a way that it functions for their
Yeah.
new life. Right? The Portuguese are not, it's a different culture. They're not so much
Big
the
time.
accumulate, 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 although they've got plenty of grandma stuff in the basement. Um,
The
but they're,
generational clutter.
yeah, they have the generational stuff. Um,
Mhm.
But a lot of that generational stuff, they're just leaving at grandma's house and abandoning it because like they don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had a couple of Portuguese clients, or they didn't hire me, but
Yeah.
consulting about what to do about different spaces in their homes and things like that. So it's not a big thing here. Um, yeah, and sometimes when I try to explain what I do, my friends are like, "I don't understand," and I'm like, "Of course you don't." And
Yeah.
then I'll say, well, Marie Kondo. And they're like,
Huh?
and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
I also feel
you don't need
like
me.
Europeans buy differently than Americans. So
They do. They
for
do.
me, a majority of my clients are still in the US. Like I've had some clients in Ireland and the UK, but majority of my clients are still in the US. And that's mainly why Americans just buy completely differently than anywhere else in
Why
the
do you
world.
think it is? Why are like Americans are just so different in every way? But the buying thing, I don't
Yeah.
think I realized it until I'm not there. And then I
Yes.
go back or I talk to like Amazon. Like everyone's getting Amazon deliveries every 5 minutes at their house. And I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't
It's totally.
understand.
Yeah. It's just buying culture. And then it's also, if you think about it, and I realized this when I moved to the UK, it's why America or Americans are in a lot of debt because it's just so easy to buy, and it's just like that's normal. Versus the Europeans or everywhere else in the world, they're afraid of debt. They don't want to
Yeah.
collect or consume debt.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this
So
is why I feel like I fit in so well in the rest of the world because I also am afraid of debt.
it's like I don't want that.
I
Yeah,
also
it's
am like,
true.
I don't want to owe anybody anything.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm the same way. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's not for me. Or what I've noticed since I left, my need for more is not there. It's like, I don't need that. I have everything I need right now. I don't need that
Yeah,
thing. Or
yeah,
yeah, I'm not. I definitely don't shop as much as I used to when I lived in America. I feel like I go out and get what I need. And I find myself saying this to the kids as well. They're like, "Oh, I want this thing." I was like, "Yeah, but do you need it?" Or
Yeah.
it's like,
And also, do you really want it? Like,
yeah,
I don't know sometimes that people really want the things they think they want. They just, I mean, look, people got money, they got to spend it. Like, what do I care what you spend it on?
yeah,
But when your house is full and it feels like heavy and you don't want to be there and you feel embarrassed about having your friends over, we got to do something about
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So,
exactly. No, I agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, when
yeah.
you move around, like, what do you bring with you? Do you pack up your house and like move stuff, or what do you do?
Yeah. So when we moved to Copenhagen, we brought furniture. We brought everything. So we moved into an unfurnished apartment and we brought our own things. When we moved back to the UK, same thing. We got rid of a lot of things because our kids were older. We moved there when my youngest daughter was 8 months. So like we brought the crib and we brought all that stuff because we knew we wanted to have a second baby. But when we left there, we got rid of all that stuff and then we moved into a house in the UK, and so like furniture, stuff like that. But we got rid of a lot of things as well because like the couch we had was old. So when we knew we were going to get a new
Right.
one. So when we moved to Doha now, a lot of that stuff we put into storage because we coming all the way over here want to be way too expensive to ship stuff here. But a lot of
Yeah.
houses and apartments here come either fully furnished or semi-furnished. So we just moved into a fully furnished apartment, and that's
Okay.
been the best
And
thing.
how
Yeah.
long are you guys going to be there? Like, what was the original plan?
Well,
Forever?
we don't well, in our heads, well, in my husband's head, originally it was 2 to 3 years. He's on a
Okay.
it's a full-time job, so the job is there until he, decides to quit. But
Okay.
we're already 1 year in, and for me, I feel like, well, our original plan was for my daughter to go to secondary school back in the UK, which starts at year 7, I think. Yeah, yeah. So it's like our version of high school. That was the plan. But once I got here, I was like, they can do secondary school. They can do secondary school here. The weather is so much better here compared to England. Like it's gonna be really hard to get me to go back to that rainy country
Oh
since I bring in the sun.
no. Where in England were you? Were you in London or somewhere else?
We were just outside London. So we were in Buckinghamshire. It's about 25 minute train ride outside of London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, London's beautiful. I love it. Family's there. And if we will eventually go back, we don't have a time frame now anymore
Yeah.
after the first year. But
Yeah.
one thing I'll say, law country wise and law here, once he quits his job or the job is done, we have 30 days to leave the country. Like everyone
You're
here
out
is,
there. Oh, because you have to
yeah.
have a job to have the visa or whatever.
You
Oh
have
my
to have a
gosh.
job. The job has to sponsor you. And then, like, so the job sponsors him and he sponsors us. So if anything happens to him,
Okay.
we all have to go.
I
Yeah.
mean, at least you get 30 days.
30 days. Yeah. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
like it has its pluses about it as well. Like, there's no poverty in this country. Everything is super clean. You don't walk around, there's no one begging. I've never walked across anyone begging because everyone
Wow.
is here and has a purpose. Yeah.
Or they
It's
shovel
totally
those
different.
beggars off.
Or, yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh wow.
Wow.
It's just yeah, it's just very different, very clean. Um, let's see. Any questions? I don't have any questions in the chat. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. It's been
So here's one
amazing.
thing that's weird about where I live that
Yeah.
you, I don't know how this came into my mind, but like in New York, we got rats everywhere. We
Mm,
got
mhm.
cockroaches. We got like, and in Vietnam and Southeast Asia, it's like geckos everywhere and like
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff that's trying to kill you. Here, I mean, I there must be stuff, but I haven't seen it, and I've been here for 5 years, and like I've never seen any kind of creature in
Oh
my
wow.
apartment. I mean, flies and
Yeah,
mosquitoes,
yeah.
but like I haven't seen any creature in my apartment. I did see there was a rat, or yeah, a rat, uh, dead on the street My very first one I ever saw, dead on the
Oh,
street, just a couple weeks ago, I saw it. So there must be rats, but I've never seen them. So I'm
yeah.
kind of like, I don't know, like what it is about Portugal, but creatures are not an issue, at
They're
least
just
not
not
where I
out in
live.
the open. Yeah, not out in the
Yeah,
open.
it's weird, right?
It is very weird. I mean, yeah. There was one interview I was talking, oh, and I'm gonna forget her name now. But we talked about how in the city that she lives in, they were putting in these underground garbage chutes
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in Portugal. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, that makes it super clean because there's some places where you have the garbage bins outside, and if it can't fit, then they throw
yeah,
stuff around, and it just makes a
yeah.
big mess. But maybe
Yeah, we
it
have
sounds like a
garbage.
clean city.
We have, so that's the other thing that I love. So a lot of my clients in the US, like, we work and then we have all of this stuff that needs to go in the recycling or in the trash or whatever. And they're like, well, trash day isn't until like next Tuesday. And I'm like, oh. And so they have to like store all of this
Oh, the
trash and stuff and
yeah,
recycling. And I'm like, that's inconvenient, isn't it? And here we have like, we just have the bins outside and it's
yeah,
so convenient. And I guess the people in my neighborhood keep them pretty clean,
yeah,
but I can like, I don't, nothing piles up in my house, right? Every day I can take the recycling out, I can take the trash out. They even started a thing for like, it's not composting, but like stuff that you would put in a compost
yeah,
bin,
yeah,
like food scraps and things like that. I don't know what they're doing with it, but we have a separate bin for it. And I'm like, this is actually very cool. I love this.
yeah, yeah. Not economical. What's the word? Environmental. Take care of the environment. What's
Yeah. Yeah.
what's one thing you would tell somebody watching that is like considering moving abroad, but they're still hesitant?
Um, so I would say if you want to go and you can go, go. Like there's a million reasons not to go. But if it's something you want to do, if you don't go, you will always wonder what that would
Mhm.
have been like.
Yeah.
And I think you can go and see. And if I don't think it has to be this like big production kind of deal. I mean, I say that I don't have kids. I'm doing it by myself, right? I think when you have kids and when you have all of this other stuff, it is a
Yeah.
bigger deal. But um, I think you can go and try.
Hmm.
And if you go somewhere and you don't like it, I think you can go somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you go somewhere and you're so homesick that you can't, you're just like, oh, I have to go back, you can go back. Going back isn't the same as never leaving. And I
I
think
like
if
that.
you
Yeah.
want to go, go. If
Yeah.
you want to go and you can go, right? Not everyone can. I totally realize the privilege that I have and that I've just been lucky in many ways that my life circumstances worked out the way they did so that I could go. Um, but I think you can go. I don't think it has to be as overwhelming as a lot of the chatter out there makes it feel. I mean,
Yeah.
I even feel like, God, this for people to go now, it's so overwhelming. Why is it so much harder than like just
Yeah.
going?
Yeah.
And I get like, I mean, jobs and kids and spouses and family and
All the
elderly
yeah.
parents. Like, there are all of these things that need to be worked out. But if you want to go and you're able to go,
Yeah.
go.
Any of the countries that you lived in before you actually moved or settled there, had you visited them before? Like, had you been to Portugal before you officially moved?
Yeah, so Portugal is a place that I had been on holiday a number of times. And you know how you always go on holidays and you're like, oh, I like this place. I'm going to come
I
back
can live
here
here.
for
Yes.
vacation again. Right.
Yeah.
And then I just never did. There was a resort in Mexico I used to go to because of the lazy river. So I would go back
Yeah.
to that place. But every other place that I went on holiday, and I was pretty well traveled. Like I mean, I made decent money in New York City and I
Yeah.
spent, it's just me. So I spent a lot of it on travel. So
Yeah.
I had been to Cambodia. I had been all over Central America. I'd been to a number of places in Europe. Um, but Portugal is the place that I kept coming back to for vacation.
But
And
in that
when I
same city or in a different part of Portugal?
No, all over. So
Okay.
most of it was in and out of Lisbon. So Lisbon,
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
quite a bit of experience with just because of the airport being there. But I spent time on Madeira, the island,
Mm, yes.
in the Algarve,
Yeah.
Little Britain,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, Porto, so I had sort of been all over the place. And so I was familiar enough with Portugal that I knew it was a place I liked. I could find food to eat.
Yeah.
The people were nice. It was going to be a language I could learn. Um, and so like it was high on my list of places when I started thinking, okay, I'm not going to live in Vietnam because this is not working out for me.
Where do I go?
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it was between it was really between France and Portugal for me in Europe where I wanted to go. And I probably would have preferred France at the time, but I didn't qualify for any of their
Oh,
visas. It wouldn't have been possible for me to go there.
yeah.
So um, Portugal it was.
And then, so one of the things many people, I hear people say is, so I'm going to move to a country, but how do I know exactly where I want to live? How did you pick your city or town?
Oh, I picked my town. I just got lucky. Like I said, the universe has been conspiring this whole thing, which is why I feel fairly confident that I'm going to get that birth
Yeah,
certificate before the
it's
law
coming.
changes. Yeah, no. So for my visa, the visa that I needed to have a 1 year lease registered with like City Hall.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had been in Edinburgh for 3 or 4 months while I had started my application. Like I'd put in my application for the visa,
Mm,
and I had to go through the New Jersey consulate, which required me to be in New Jersey for an interview at the consulate. And at that interview was where I had to present all of my documents and all of my paperwork and everything. And part of that paperwork was I needed a 1 year lease. So I had like between the time I was leaving Edinburgh and the time I had to be in New York, I had like a week to come to Portugal and find an apartment. And I didn't think it was going to be that hard, right? I'm not too particular because my thought is it's an apartment, it's a lease for 1 year. If I
yeah,
hate it, I'll move, right?
yeah,
I really didn't think I was being too picky, but there was nothing, like nothing for rent, nothing
wow.
for long-term rental. Everybody was like I would go into real estate offices and they're like, well, if you want to buy something, I can show you some apartments. And I was like, I don't even know where I am. I'm not buying a house here.
Yeah.
Uh, there was nothing. And I looked on a Facebook group and someone had posted, like expats in Portugal or whatever, and someone had posted Susanna at Rent House in Figueira de Foz found me my apartment in a day. And I was like, where is Figueira de Foz? I
Yeah.
didn't know. I'd never heard of this place. So I Google mapped my way to Susanna's office and she found me an apartment.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, I don't know anything about this place. If I hate it, I only have to live here for a year. It's fine. And 5 years later, I am still in the same apartment. I have never in my life, in my entire life, even as a child, never have I lived in one place for 5 years. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's
That's how
amazing.
I ended up in this town.
And now you love it.
Totally by accident or destiny. Like I feel like people are like, well, your answer is destiny. Like, how did
Yeah.
you end up here? The answer is clearly destiny because I don't have a good answer.
It's like it was all meant to be. All meant to be. Amazing. All right. I've enjoyed our conversation. Thank you for making the time. Where
Oh, thank you for
can
having me.
where can people follow you, or where would you like them to? I know there's the Expat Diaries, and then you have your home one. So let us know
Yes,
about
so
those.
I have two Substacks. So if you're on Substack, you can find me at the Expat Diaries or at How to Stuff Your Home. I'm also pretty active on LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, look me up on LinkedIn.
Yay! Amazing. And I was following your stuff on how to stuff for your home. I was like, "Ooh, I like this."
Oh my gosh, I'm doing a Great British Bake Off bake along. Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
So I'm publishing every week, like how that went.
That's gonna be fun to follow. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks everyone for joining. Yeah, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks.
Bye.